One by one.
They will all fall.
And with that, we're live.
You did that on purpose. Well, do your introduction, asshole.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Pop Culture Cave, and I hope that none of you heard that. To my left here, you have the host of the show named Danny.
The host? Well, I appreciate it, but thank you. I'm not as handsome as you are.
And to my right, you have the other host of the show, David.
How's it going?
And of course, me. I left my vest guard at home, Tommy. They're watching the show. They know why that's funny.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, tell me something. How are you guys feeling today? Everything doing?
Not
everything
too bad.
going?
Not too bad.
A lot better than I'm here now.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm actually just as cool as you guys now because I work here on Sundays.
Look at that. Yeah. It's an honor, a privilege, and a curse all rolled into one little bundle of comic books to smack you over the head with, for sure.
You know what? The register hasn't exploded yet, and the back issues haven't attacked me with paper cuts. So
Give that time.
I think
You haven't done a free comic book day yet.
No, but I've attended.
Yeah.
Many.
So you might notice that today is not Saturday, at least not here in the greater America. The caveat of when this is on Saturday is based off of my availability, which constantly changes thanks to adult life. So unfortunately, I wasn't available yesterday. I had some things going on, but we are here to try and maintain our weekly source of nonsense, fuckery, and entertainment for all of you. So.
And now.
Thanks for joining us. Hopefully, I think next week should be good. I should be here on Saturday, so I think we'll be okay on our regularly scheduled program.
Oh, they're coming back. Because we hit them with stuff like we're going to hit them with today. A little bit of Rambo.
Okay.
A little bit of Goku.
All right.
And something involving a mountain.
Hashtag Broly. Please continue.
Whatever, saying.
Yeah.
You're just not an anime fan. Please
We'll get
continue.
into that a little later. But before we do any of that, there's a trailer that's been haunting my feed all week, man.
Okay.
So, as I switch over to the React screen,
All right.
Half.
where are your headphones?
He threw them over here. Get your headphones.
Well.
Am I plugged in?
Yeah. David, you're good.
All right.
Excuse me for messing all this up.
All right. Jack in.
Zig-a-zoom, zig-a-zoom, zig-a-zoom. That's the noise that lightsabers make.
Zig-a-zoom, zig-a-zoom. It's not a noise a lightsaber makes.
When you hit F on the keyboard, when you play Knights of the Old
Jesus.
Republic, your character goes zig-a-zoom, 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 zig-a-zoom.
This is the world I live in.
Look, you opened this door. All right. This is a Pandora's box that you solely opened.
I did. All right, so weapons.
Okay.
It's
yes.
one of the #1 movies in theaters right now, and
It's in theaters.
It slipped by. Yeah, it slipped past us.
Okay.
The trailer will get you.
This is a true story that happened in my town. So this one Wednesday is like a normal day for the whole school. But today was different. Every other class had all their kids. But Mrs. Gandy's room was totally empty. And you know why? Because the night before, at 2:17 in the morning, every kid woke up, got out of bed, walked downstairs, and into the dark. And they never came back.
I don't understand at all. Why just her classroom? Why only hers?
Where are our children?
We have a lot of emotional parents here. I think it's best if you keep some distance from this place.
Concept, like the little kid said, who was very eerily narrating the plot of the movie for you. There's this teacher, and she.
Matthew, where are you? Where did you go?
This is where the story really starts.
So now the entire neighborhood, the entire village, basically thinks that she had something to do with it.
I mean, that would make sense.
Right, but she knows that she didn't, and
Okay.
we may know that she didn't. Blumhouse, I believe, right? Correct?
Blumhouse.
Yeah, they were the guys that wanted to make your Spawn film.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to be still doing it, last I knew.
Well, this is the thing about the theme of Blumhouse is that they always do the horror / supernatural thing.
Yeah.
Very much overlapping each other.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Always,
Blumhouse,
always.
by way of...
Which would make sense that they would want to do a Spawn movie the way you talked about.
Well, the way McFarlane wants to do it.
Right.
Do we want to stay on this screen, or do you want us to watch another one, or what's up?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I gotta ask you. So, Weapons is the #1 movie in America right now. It's been blowing up the feed. Everybody's been seeing it. Like I said, it slipped past us.
Yeah.
I'm in there, man.
Well, see, that's the thing is, like, I feel like unless you're chronically on YouTube or Instagram, and I sit there and scroll Instagram, you know, I doom scroll YouTube and Instagram, I've not heard of it. It did not come across my feed at all.
Really?
Yeah, like
It's been in trailers, movie trailers for
see,
movies
and
for
I
a
also
while
haven't
now.
caught I haven't caught a flick in damn near a year now, but it's it looks good, and once again, like, I've never gone and seen a Blumhouse flick and just been like left the movie disappointed that I spent the money on it. So I mean, anytime that they do something, especially when it's, you know, thriller or horror related, like, I'm all for it. I would definitely catch that in theaters. It does look like it's something decent, and it's a standalone thing. It's not tied to any greater universe or nothing like that.
Oh.
Okay, so, and once again, Blumhouse is really good about that. They're good about their own standalone individual things that isn't part of, like, the Conjuring or the Insidious universe or even the Universal Monsters
They keep
that
it
they're doing.
contained.
Yeah, it's every project, it seems like they do, it can go one of two ways. It can be a self-contained standalone flick, or it can, you know, be the start of, like, its own little saga and series, which I love about Blumhouse. They're one of the few studios that does it.
It sounds like you're in.
Oh
They
yeah,
got you
hell
for
yeah, I'm
Weapons.
fucking sold.
Now, Danny, you in?
I've been in from the start. The problem is that this is a movie that you would very much go with someone to see. I usually go to the movies by myself because I'm a superhero fan. I'm a comic book. Look at what we're doing here.
Right.
Why we're doing this. So,
Look at this nerd. He thinks he has to get a girl to go to a movie.
well, if not a girlfriend or a girl, just a friend or something, I usually just go to the movies and, you know, just. But this is a movie that I want to talk
Experience
to
with somebody else?
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then it becomes the idea of motive. Who, what, when, where, and why. And you can bounce those ideas off of a friend, off of a girlfriend, off of someone you hate, and then you can frickin' get along with the conspiracy theories behind this.
No, I'm not going to a movie.
Well,
He's in.
there's
You're
worse
in.
things you could do, but yeah,
Right.
I'm in for sure.
What about you, T?
Yeah, it's complete the trilogy. I'm in too.
Yeah.
Now, this one popped up on me a little bit earlier this week.
Okay.
Red Band. So, if you're at home and you're watching this, leave the kids alone. And if you're a kid, pretend that you're not in here.
Yeah, do this with your ears.
Yeah.
She's been having a little trouble breathing lately.
Define.
Code 3. Okay.
Danny, you good?
If you could turn up the volume on my headset. That'd be
She's been having a little trouble breathing lately.
Define lately.
All of the shit you're about to see happened to a real, actual paramedic. Me. So long, fuckers! All we want to do is save your life. Some of you don't make it easy.
Get out of my house! Gun!
I know you can run that fucking fast.
Can you feel the
$20 that he's gonna be butt ass naked.
Well, there you have it. It's a draw.
I can see his dick. That qualifies.
I wouldn't sit there if I were you. Welcome to EMS.
Yeah, it would look like a Shaun of the Dead style thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one to me. I've been waiting for a raunchy comedy. It seems like they
Hey,
don't make
carrots.
those anymore.
That's because they're too worried about scaring everybody.
Yeah.
You know, offending folks and everything like that. Movies like that are low budget, but make a boatload of money because they're worth seeing. And we haven't gotten something like that,
Road trip, Euro trip.
Yeah, Road Trip, Euro Trip,
The Judd
Beer
Apatow
Fest,
films, yeah.
you know,
Super bad.
these are the films, Pineapple Express, like, we just...
Culturally, we've gotten away...
Woke Hollywood, and I hate using the damn word because it's one of those, but woke Hollywood really kind of chased all of those films off. I mean, the last film that I watched that was even remotely in that realm of comedy was a flick called Lady Ballers, and it was it made fun of all of the same types of things that comedy movies used to make fun of, but it was it was done through another subscription service.
I would throw Deadpool and Wolverine, aka Deadpool 3, into that because Deadpool was just making fun of everybody. And nobody was safe.
But what was the last film before that?
That's the thing. It'd been a while.
The closest thing that we've got.
Comedy film. I see what you're saying.
But the closest thing we got to anything like that, where they didn't give a damn about the opinions of those that didn't like it, is South Park. And even South Park tamed themselves for a little while. It seemed like there were certain subjects and everything that they did not talk about or didn't cover. Ted 2 was
tame.
Yeah,
but
no, the
they were
first Ted, yes. Ted 2, not so much.
Hilarious.
We haven't really, there's been a massive gap in the comedy film sphere, at least from what I've seen, because everybody's afraid of being canceled or, blacklisted or whatever, finally it looks like we're getting something a little closer to normality from Hollywood, and I guarantee that movie is going to make at least 10 times its budget back because the biggest name, most recognizable name in there is the guy that played Dwight from Office.
I will say this: this is not a comedy, but Godzilla -1 was a phenomenal film, and it was made for a fraction of the price that any of the other
the Universal
films,
ones,
any of them.
Yeah,
and it made so much money.
Yeah, and it was a good flick.
And that was made in Japanese yen, American dollars, and it made that globally, worldwide, on a $15 million budget. I hear rumor that that's like the pricing for catering when it comes to these big budget movies.
Oh yeah, it absolutely is.
But this is the thing, Danny.
And it had great special effects. Please continue.
This is the thing, and I think that you're both really touching on the true problem. I heard Matt Damon do an interview a long time ago where the comedy went away because they knew up front that in the theater, a comedy movie wasn't going to make a lot of money overseas. The money that they used to make from the DVD with something becoming a cult hit is how they justified doing a movie like Pineapple Express or Knocked Up or anything like that. So it's a monetary issue where everything has to be a 4-quadrant blockbuster, and comedy is the one art form where if nobody's doing it really good, are they really doing it? Because even dramas, somebody's in a drama, even if it's bad.
Yeah.
But if something's not funny, is it really a comedy? But yeah, you got.
Well, we don't have. They've with the rise of subscription and streaming services, you've killed the aftermarket sales on any of that stuff because they've either slowed down and or almost completely stopped actual physical media. So this type of movie right here, the only money it's probably going to make, guaranteed, is it's going to make money in theaters because once again, it probably only costs $30-40 million to make, depending on how many, if they destroy anything. I would say at most with inflation and all that shit, it might be $100 million movie.
Money.
But after the fact,
money.
the only money they're going to make is if Netflix, if Amazon, if HBO Max or whatever pays the studio or whoever owns that film for the ability to stream it for X amount of months, for a contract. That's the only back end money coming on because they don't get DVD sales anymore.
Okay. And with that, I got to cut it there, man. I got to ask you the thing. Are you in?
I'd go see it, yeah. if I definitely.
Danny, what about you?
Again, go see it with a buddy. I wouldn't go see it by myself, but I'm half in.
Yeah, you'd need somebody to laugh with.
Look at this nerd. And this one too, thinking they need a girl.
There's not even a girl. You want to go see it?
Shit, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, next trailer.
Okay.
A little bit more serious. This one is Dead of Winter. I saw it, a little bit of it. I was like, yeah, this is going to be good. I got to watch this with the guys.
Carl had an unusual request. He wanted his ashes to be scattered up north.
Try that again, you're dead.
Hello? Anyone out there? It's an emergency. There's been a kidnapping. Anyone? Hello? Oh, hey there.
What are you doing up here?
Just a little fishing.
Yeah, sorry.
By
we're
yourself?
closed. We open
Yeah.
tomorrow at 11.
Say, you wouldn't happen to know where Lake Hildar is, would you?
Yeah,
That dude's definitely
just back over the hill here.
Okay. Well, stay warm.
Fargo, if I didn't know any better.
What did she want?
I gave her directions to the lake.
I need you to stop being so nice to people. You hurt. I'm not leaving you. What are we gonna do? We keep going.
Is that Hit Girl?
Simple as that.
Oh no, she's much older than that.
I was gonna say.
We have to make this work. Why are you doing this?
Dead of Winter, September 26th.
It looks like a mix between Reindeer Games and Fargo and a few other things. I'm out.
What's explain why?
I'm out. It looks. The only intriguing thing about a movie like this with a trailer like that is now I don't know because I haven't seen it and it's not out yet. Is a whodunit. Be a whodunit type of film because it almost looks like they're setting you up for someone to look like, oh, that's the villain, for there to just be a twist at the end.
Yeah.
For it to be, oh no, it was me, and the person you didn't expect. So I'm not gonna say cliche red herring because red herrings are meant to kind of take you out of that cliche. But I'm out. Again, a movie you'd go see on a first date or something. This nerd over here.
Yeah, I'm out too. It definitely looks like a psychological action flick, you know, with a lone person just living their life, and then they come across this extraordinary situation and decide to, you know, try to be the good guy. And you're probably right. It's probably something where the girl they've got booted up is probably, you know, tied up is probably a mass murdering psychopath or something that a handful of bounty hunters have caught, and that's who's got them, you know, so they're trying to make sure nobody snatches their bounty. Or something along those lines. It does not interest me enough to go to theaters to see. I would watch it at home on streaming if I ain't got nothing better going on. If there's nothing else that's like on my watch list and I come across it, sure. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't look bad. It looks well shot.
Emma Thompson's a good actress.
Yeah, Emma Thompson is wildly talented. So I would say they have at least got, you know, that.
I'm laughing because it seems like you guys in the chat are locked in. Nickerdoodle7 says, not my favorite, seems predictable and corny.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, appreciate the join. Yeah, it's pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
not
Danny?
Not a hard pass, but a pass unless you have somebody to go see it with.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just stream it at home.
That's 3 catches on Amazon Primes.
Oh, you a pass too? Yeah.
But now, it's time to move on to the main meat of this thing.
Oh boy.
Chronically Online. All right, so I'm scrolling, trying to find topics for this thing during the week.
Oh.
And just out there, glaring, I see Rambo prequel. I say, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What is there a Rambo prequel for? So it turns out that they've cast this dude named Noah Centineo.
Noah Centineo.
Yeah.
Let me pull up his
compadre,
his IMDb. IMDb.
Looks like we're going back to the reaction screen.
With a C or an S?
Why are we going back to the reaction screen?
IMDb. Let me pull up a picture for the people.
Oh, okay. How do I not have that app on my? Oh, it's because it's on my
With
phone.
a C or an S, Tommy?
With a C.
Gotcha.
So I see him, and
oh goodness, he looks like a young Sylvester Stallone.
What's the name?
Noah Centineo.
Cent and then Inio.
Noah Centineo. Okay.
He kind of looks like a babyface Stallone. You know what I mean?
So the movie's going to be called John Rambo.
Because why not?
It's a prequel to First Blood, so this is going to be him during the war.
I hope so. That'd be really cool.
That's what they're talking about. That's
okay.
the thing of it.
That's cool.
Nah.
You'd have to see him with some hair. I believe it.
Well, that's the thing is, like, if he's going to be a Green Beret, his haircut's probably going to be highly similar.
If he looks like that, he looks grizzled. I think he looks like a first-gen Special Forces type dude.
Yeah, I mean, after they got out.
It's very interesting because there's a guy named the Fat Electrician. Shout out to Fat Electrician on YouTube, and he talks about mostly American military history, and he has talked about a lot of the first-gen guys of Special Forces, guys like Billy Waugh. There's another guy called, oh my goodness, Sean Ryan, the Sean Ryan Show. He's had a bunch of Mac v. SOG guys on there. Now, Mac v. SOG was a unit that the United States government will not acknowledge that existed, but every other Special Forces group from that era talks about Mac v. SOG. Now,
maybe.
There you go. Thanks, Tommy. Now, when it came to John Rambo, First Blood was a book. And at the end of that book, John Rambo, I'm pretty sure, offs himself.
Yeah.
That was the original ending for the movie, too. They filmed it and everything.
Yeah, you can find that ending on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen.
You can find it in the DVD.
Yep.
Studio interference. But yeah, tell the people your point, Danny.
So, to make a John Rambo that's grizzled, who's going through it through the war, that would be kind of interesting. That's almost like Terminator Salvation, and I loved Terminator Salvation. A lot of people didn't. That's fine. I love Terminator Salvation because it actually showed you what John Connor was going through during the war with the machines, while the humans were trying to just simply survive. And he wasn't even the guy at that. You remember that? Because it was Michael Ironside. Michael Ironside was the one in the submarine kind of leading everybody.
Yeah.
He was just kind of the voice of the resistance, hopefully. He was broadcasting to the resistance, to the surviving members. Now, if you remember First Blood Part 2, they brought John Rambo back to Vietnam to kind of help get some POWs. And it was a body count movie. I mean,
it was an action-packed body play. It was big guns, big muscles, blow everybody away.
Yeah, and you got to see the cunning of John Rambo with his weaponry, but the story was meh. But it was a body count movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
all of them after the first one were really body count flicks.
First Blood, Rambo 3, and then Rambo 4 are probably the ones that you'd want to watch as Rambo films. Other than that,
I would say that Rambo 3 was probably the first like real acknowledgement. Like, people are watching this movie to see one dude blow up a bunch of bad guys. Like, that is it. We want to do that because Part 2 made money.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then, Rambo 3 at the time was the most expensive action movie ever made. With like just some like $140, $150 million at the time.
Something like that, yeah.
And adjusted for inflation, I mean.
Yeah.
So, at that time, he was also competing with Schwarzenegger on who had the bigger muscles, who had the most excruciating deaths, who had the biggest body counts,
biggest guns.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I could see this. I guess it would really depend. Like looking at the actor that they've cast as Rambo, it would definitely depend. It would definitely depend on when it happens. Like in Rambo's time in the military, like if it shows him enlisting and everything like that, because just from the photos of this actor that we're seeing, I don't see tortured, beat up, grizzled like Rambo was. Like I don't see that tortured soul that Stallone portrayed when he was drifting through town to town in the first Rambo movie, in First Blood. I would say just based off, until we get some preliminary photos or set photos or anything like that, I would say I hope that what it is like it's the period of him signing up and getting sent over there, and we see the character evolution and the torture sequences that he went through, why he was a POW, and it leaves it as a good lead off into First Blood, which also makes me worry. Do you think it's the start of them remaking Rambo's?
Oh,
That's a good question, man.
That's what I thought this was actually before I thought it was a prequel.
Do you? Because I know Balboa Studios was the ones that did the last few Rambos, and Stallone closed the circle on that with the last one,
which wasn't very good.
I liked it. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
It was cool, but it just wasn't very good. I mean, I thought it was awesome the way he went up against the cartel, and I thought it was cool how he was like a digger. What do you call those guys? There's a term for that. But how he's just digging holes in his farmyard and everything like that, and how he had to, spoiler alert, how he had to avenge his niece and all of that, and after he went back home to his farmhouse. And
his family farm.
Yeah.
I liked it, and I thought that they ended Rambo's story well with it,
and
for what it was.
And for my money, David, we're aligned in that. He did all the John Rambo stories that there could possibly be. As far as them redoing First Blood, they're gonna have to, because you don't do a prequel to not do another Rambo story. What I'm more concerned with, though, and this is what I want to get you guys' opinion on, because I think we all agree on that. Are they gonna do one? Probably, but this is what's interesting to me. When is it time for a franchise to let their number one guy go and go back to formula and try again?
Well, a lot of people are still waiting for a sequel to the new RoboCop that we're never going to get, that had everybody in it. The 2014 or 2015 RoboCop.
Yeah.
It had Samuel L. Jackson. It had Gary Oldman. It
wasn't a good movie, though.
It had Michael Keaton. The dude who played Rick Flag, whose name escapes me.
Guy that played Rorschach.
Yes, sir. That's right. He was on the SWAT team, or that Special Forces team.
He was like the main antagonist.
Yep. So
it had been a long time in between RoboCops, though, and Murphy had done everything.
We're also waiting for a sequel to Dread that will never come out, starring Carl Urban.
Yeah, that's true. So here's the thing too: is the producers like Stallone's not even producing this, so it's not Balboa Studios. This is strictly whoever owns the property of John Rambo.
The interesting thing is that he's the one who announced the person who was going to portray John Rambo.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that detail.
Yeah, he was. I'm pretty sure because I was just again doom scrolling on Google just to find.
And he's the one that mentioned it.
Just he knows he's 700 years old.
I mean,
he can't be Rambo forever.
All those Mexican supplements, man, say otherwise.
He looks good to be 700.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, eventually your franchise.
Well, I mean,
the character.
I feel like here's the thing: is I feel like it's the same thing as Blade. Like, you need the one that we all know, because here's the thing: is you announce a Rambo movie. The only people that are going to be interested in seeing it are the fans of Stallone as Rambo. So you would need Rambo to come out and say, "Hey, just so you know, I'm okay with it, and I'm excited for it," and da 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 da.
Which is basically what that article was.
Yeah, because he came out and was not happy about the last Creed movie because they didn't even talk to him about it. They just let him know, hey, we're using, because he wrote Rocky, like that's his.
That's him.
Like that entire universe, that's him.
Yeah. That got him out of homelessness.
Yeah, now I don't think Rambo wasn't his. I don't believe. I don't think he wrote the book.
No, that's a different guy.
Yeah,
his name escapes me.
Whoever owns the property Rambo, at least they gave him a heads up on it. And I don't know how well Creed 3 did. I liked it. I enjoyed it for what it was, but
I still haven't watched it yet.
I mean, it's a boxing flick.
For sure.
And yeah, it was sad to see that Rocky wasn't in it, but I mean, they ended his story. They closed that circle, and I thought they did that very well too.
Family.
Yeah. So at least they told him about this, and if he's actually cool with it, and it wasn't just here's some cash to say you're okay with this on the interview circuit, which we know happens.
John Carpenter, he's got a saying.
Yeah.
Whenever they want to remake a movie of his, like Halloween or something, He just lays his hand out, and a check magically falls into
Yeah,
the
we have
palm
no
of it.
idea where it comes from. I would like to know how much they paid for the zombie flicks, the zombie Halloween. I enjoyed them. You know, they've got my bit. I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes and how they do it. I would not want them to remake it. I don't want to see a remake circuit. I'd like to see this lead into the original ones, because I feel like we don't do that enough. We don't do a prequel, a modern day prequel of something that, you know, leads into the original ones the way it should, and add to that story rather than redo it. So I would go see this just based off the fact that it is a Rambo story, because I was a fan of the original ones. I was raised on the original ones.
Yep.
But I don't want them to do a new First Blood, but we'll see what happens. They'll probably do it anyways, and maybe modernize it a bit.
Now, what about you, Danny?
Well, I was going to throw it back to you.
Yeah, you haven't spoke about it at all, man. Where's Rambo sit in your heart?
Here's the thing. Before we throw it back to you, I want to talk about something that you talked about that has to pertain to this specific thing. They haven't remade Robert Zemeckis' Back to the Future, nor would they ever.
Give that time.
Yeah, you're. Well, we're live.
That's
you're
apples and oranges too, though.
So,
they're both fruit.
Yes and no, because Akating. Anyone, if they put together a good enough script and it speaks to the people of the time, you can do a time travel story with an old guy and a young guy, and it's going to land.
Looper.
It's not going to land to us because we'll be dinosaurs that remember the other one.
Right.
Same for this Rambo, man. That last Rambo, you got to be us plus to have even cared.
Yeah.
If they want to revitalize the franchise, if we want Rambo in the future, someone else has to take that over. They've never seen First Blood. They don't know what First Blood is. Me personally, I've seen First Blood. I'm a Rocky guy, though.
Yeah.
I know Rambo exists. I've seen him. Kill Count movie. I appreciate them for what they were when I saw them.
I think as a Stallone fan, that's kind of what it is. Is like you fall into one of three categories. I'll agree with you on that. You're either a Rocky fan like you are, a Rambo fan, or just a Stallone fan like you'll watch all of them. You know.
Stallone would make movies to tell a story. The action was just the icing on the cake with the sprinkles.
Fair enough.
When you watched a Schwarzenegger movie, you knew what you were getting into. He had the controller, and he was going to press A, and everything was going to die because that was the way the script was written.
Except T2. All right, so you were more a Rocky fan.
Which still can't be topped.
Rambo, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
If we want more Rambo, Stallone's not making any more. And this is the caveat, if this is a good movie, if it's a good starting point, they don't have to follow the books at all, because Stallone came up with like 6 movies with a character that died in the book that there was only one of.
Yeah.
So they can make up. They can even. I want to see what they do though, because is he going to even be at Vietnam? Are they going to modernize it?
Well, as I say,
there's all kinds of questions.
Now,
yeah,
the
synopsis that they've got on it so far is that it is going to be a. So the plot's unknown. It's a prequel Rambo movie. A prequel movie to this is what's on IMDb. So plot unknown, prequel movie to First Blood in 1982. Following the John Rambo's early years as a Green Beret during the Vietnam War. So either that's just what somebody filled in here, or that's what they've released saying this is what this movie is going to be announced, and that's kind of the tagline of it. So as a decent military flick about the Vietnam War, you know, it could be something worth seeing that has a recognizable name to it.
I think that I think we've said everything we can say about Rambo here.
So when it comes to, is it going to touch on the history of the Green Berets, or is it just going to be a cool John Rambo film, John Rambo prequel? Because when it comes to the Green Berets and Mac v. SOG, they overlap to the point to where, again, the United States government does not acknowledge Mac v. SOG, but all of the veterans who were involved in Vietnam and who were Green Berets say Mac v. SOG was this.
Yeah.
They were basically the secret special forces, because they didn't just operate in Vietnam even after it was over. They operated in places that they weren't supposed to be in, like Laos.
We know.
So
Danny?
are we going to get stuff like that in this film.
That sounds really badass, man, but we're not a military history channel.
I understand that, but I'm just trying to.
I don't think so.
Just trying to figure out what this movie's going to involve.
I think that it's going to be that it is going to be a fictional, story based in real places and real encounters and everything like that Rambo went through. Because you got to think, in the movies that Stallone did. That they did say, he was a war hero. I think he had a Purple Heart and all that stuff for his time in captivity as a POW, the torture he endured, the escape, and then the saving of members of his unit and other POWs. So if that's the type of route they're going to go with this, I mean, I'm all for it. I would be okay with a decent, but after. I'm less concerned with this being a good movie and more concerned with the after, which we'll see.
And that's the thing, is it is it going to be historically accurate, or is it just going to be a cool prequel?
It's a fictional character, so it can't be historically accurate.
And I think the people get your point of, is it going to touch on the real Green Berets, or is it going to be fictional?
Yeah.
But to summarize, you want to go see it?
I'd go see it,
but you don't believe Nick as Rambo just yet?
I see him as I see him as the early recruit for wanting to join, thinking he's going to do great heroic things and not realizing the shit he's getting himself into.
Maybe he'll turn into Rambo.
Here's the thing about.
Finish this up, Danny, and we got to get out of here.
Here's the thing about being in a unit like the Green Berets at that time. You had to be an intelligent soldier. You couldn't just know how to pick up a gun and use it. You had to learn how to be your own medic. You had to learn how to be your own armorist. You had to learn how to be.
They showed all that really well in First Blood.
Oh yeah.
So I think that I think it's definitely something I want to keep an eye on.
Okay.
What's the next one?
As we move on. I already used this transition, but I'll use it again. Let's talk about another 80s staple.
Okay.
So, Highlander's coming back.
Yes.
Woo!
So
there can be only one.
We've got the main 3 castings.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. So, as Connor McLeod of Clan McLeod, we have one Henry Cavill, rhymes with travel. We've got Russell Crowe as Ramirez. And we've got one Dave Bautista as Kurgan. Forgive me, the Kurgan. So, with those 3 in mind, what are you guys thinking about the movie so far?
I was excited about because I found out about the Highlander remake when I was trying to see what Cavill was working on. So I was actually looking at his IMDb because I was eager to see the next, his next portrayal of Superman or The Witcher. So I was looking to see what was on his docket, and announced was Highlander as McLeod, and I was just like, okay, this will work. I was happy with that. Batista as the Kurgan, yeah, I could see that. I don't know physically how big a physical presence Batista is. I know he's he's
wide.
He's wide.
He's
thinned down a lot.
Yeah, he's lost some weight.
But I don't know how tall he is. Now, the original Kurgan, I mean, that dude looked like he was 9.5 feet tall. Like, he was a monster of a man. So, that I kind of see as being maybe something that, I'd have to see his presence on screen or, in costume.
Now, real quick, according to the internet, he's 6'4".
6'4"? How tall was the original guy?
Oh, well, Clancy Brown's like 6'9".
So, okay, so, I mean, you could do something with that with boots and stuff like that.
Big
I mean,
dudes.
yeah,
Big
know.
Dudes.
I would think that you'd want somebody.
No, I lied to you. 6'3".
Okay,
Still
so
big dudes.
It felt like he was 6'9".
Yeah, the way they filmed it back then, yeah, he absolutely looked, like I said, he looked like he was 9 feet tall. Russell Crowe is Ramirez. That one's a little bit. That one's a bit of a surprise because I mean, yeah, granted, that's Sean Connery's original role. I mean, this Scottish dude as somebody's last name's Ramirez, running around with a katana.
Who was Egyptian.
Who was Egyptian? Like, it's
Spanish peacock.
So that one's a bit of a surprise, but I don't know. I don't see Russell Crowe as like a lithe sword wielder,
Gladiator?
especially
Not now, man.
once again, that was 20-some years ago.
You gotta look at him
nowadays.
Mexican supplements.
Bro, take a look at him as Zeus in the last Thor flick. Really?
That was.
Do you see him sword dancing?
That was a Thor flick, number 1.
Do you
Number
see
2,
that Russell Crowe sword dancing?
Number 2, once again, Thor and the MCU.
We're not talking about the MCU. I'm talking about Russell Crowe
Yes.
in his current physical condition.
But that-
Do you see him sword dancing?
Yes, still, I could see him sword
You
dancing.
see him sword dancing.
Yes.
I see the dude that trained Arya from Game of Thrones, the one that said,
those dudes.
What do we
Fluidity.
say? What do we say to death?
Yeah,
That would be
yeah,
more
that-
of a
yeah,
physical look, because once again, Russell Crowe, even if he does hit the gym, and he's a big, strong dude.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he wasn't super slender in the original Gladiator. He was built like a brick shithouse.
Have you ever seen Robin Hood?
Yes.
Yeah, the
Which
Robin-
one?
Well, the one with
Robin
Crowe.
Hood- the Robin
Jamie
Hood-
Foxx.
The Robin Hood.
Oh.
Arrow
We'll talk
Flynn.
about that later.
No, well, that's a
medieval
great one. Yeah.
arrow.
They swing him from the chandeliers. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But no. Robin Hood with Russell Crowe was
Men in Tights.
was basically that was basically a prequel. That was a good movie too.
I agree.
That's the original Robin Hood to me.
I'm gonna give it to the Fox one from Disney.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a good one too. Russell Crowe, when he played in Robin Hood, it was basically a prequel to the Robin Hood that we know and love.
I'm aware of the storyline.
And when he was jacked in that movie too, which is probably one of the last movies that he was jacked in.
Yeah.
I think he can do it again. I'm pretty sure he can do it again.
Maybe.
Now, Henry Cavill as Connor McLeod, oh yeah.
Absolutely see that.
Oh yeah, and you could see that in The Witcher too. He could absolutely throw himself around, throw a sword around.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him put on an accent other than his own English accent or an American accent from Kansas. You know, Superman. And even before that, he was a Greek hero in the movie called Immortals with Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
It was a really cool sword and sandals film.
Yeah, I mean, from there you know he can handle a sword.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
then of course
and
The
do
Witcher.
some stunts. You know, and same with Witcher.
Dave Bautista's Kurgan, I can absolutely see.
Yeah,
He was
yeah. Russell Crowe's the only one that I'm really questioning on that. But Russell Crowe, I think he's a good actor. I liked him in the Tom Cruise Mummy as Jekyll and Hyde. I thought that was a perfect cast by way of that.
Horribly done.
Some of the other stuff, you know, we could talk about that later on. You know, but him as Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, like that sold for me 100%, and I would have loved to have seen, you know, him more in that role. So I'm looking forward to it as a Highlander fan. That's the only question I have, but I want to see how they do it. I want to see how Russell does it. And, you know, once again, it's going to go to scripting. It's going to go to costume.
So, David, Danny, I'm with you both. I love Highlander.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen 1, 2, 3. I've seen the show.
God bless
I've
you.
seen Endgame. I've seen the thing after that.
God
I know 2 more exist.
bless you. Oh
So-
yeah.
The comics.
Comics. There's the anime.
The anime.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
There's a bunch of Highlander that I wish they didn't do.
We
There's a
Yeah,
bunch of
we know.
material that they can pull for in this movie that
Uh-oh.
I don't want to be in there.
Hold your thought. You're not recording.
Why am I not? No, my voice is going. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, so let's check that.
Okay, I got battery here.
You got battery there? Okay, so we are AAA's. All right, so put your technical difficulty screen on. No, that's telling you that it's starting to go.
Okay.
It's going to start blinking that battery's getting to die.
My
so.
friends, we'll be right back.
We'll be right
Yeah,
back.
we'll be right back.
Back like
We're
we
back.
never left.
Yeah, we don't know what happened.
So back to fucking Highlander. So there's a bunch of really good Highlander material, but then there's like garbage Highlander material.
Yeah.
So I know what they like to do when they do these reboots. They like to touch on, oh, well, I'm going to pick this thing, and I'm going to pick this thing, and I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to make my Highlander.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So,
Kathleen Kennedy.
let me ask you guys, what's some stuff you don't want to see in Highlander at all?
Anything from Highlander 2?
Now, real quick, because of that,
2 or 3?
I'm going to let you talk, and I'm going to let you talk. The thing that I don't want to see the most, that last Duncan MacLeod movie, I'm going to look in the camera. You know what you did. There can be only one. Don't put that bullshit in the movie.
Are you talking about when he got buried, like, in the sand, and then he started, like, parkouring by himself?
Do you guys not know how...
In front of a blue screen?
Do you guys not know how the franchise ended?
Please continue, Tommy.
So, are we talking about that movie where they had blocked out the sun on Earth, and then Sean Connery comes back in because it turns out the Highlanders are from another planet?
That's Highlander 2.
Is that 2 or 3?
That's 2.
This is like 4 movies after that.
Okay. I stopped watching it after that garbage flick. Like, I was done.
I watched Highlander Endgame because I thought they were day-walking vampires because they were all just wearing... There was some Tom Cruise-looking dude. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just gunning down, like, random people. And then they all got back up after the cloaked shotgun wielders were no longer alive. And then the movie started, and you saw Connor MacLeod doing kata with his katana. And yeah, Highlander did not have a great run after the first Highlander film. I'm just going to say that right now.
Are you guys in for a treat? All right, so 3 movies after they chopped Connor MacLeod's head off. It turns out that in the movie, we think they're fighting to be the one, the last immortal at the end that stands above all the other ones because he chopped everyone's head off. Turns out the answer to that question is no. We got it wrong, and the Highlander and every other immortal got it wrong too. They never had to chop off a single head because you know why? They just had to get into a situation where one of them could have a baby be born, and that one was the one. It sounds like some dumb shit, doesn't it?
So they changed the mythos of it.
Well,
yeah, so there should never have been a single sword fight. They all chopped their heads off for nothing.
Well, here's the thing.
It was the only way you could get their power and ensure that they were dead, though.
Didn't matter,
They
man.
were like-
because
they
you
were
turn mortal after the kid's born.
But they were like Jedi, though. They weren't allowed to have children. They were just allowed to lop each other's heads off until there was
No.
only
It
one.
wasn't a matter of they weren't allowed to have children because the Kurgan fucked everything he could. Is the fact that they were incapable of having children.
That's what I'm saying.
Not allowed to. Jedi can have children. They choose not to based off of their...
Biologically allowed.
Religiously allowed is really what it was with the Jedi, okay?
Yeah.
Biologically allowed, the Highlanders couldn't have.
Yeah, so George Lucas. I hate to do this. Yeah, he says you can have sex as a Jedi. That's one of these things.
Okay, so let's take a look at who the actual... Because we're okay with the casting so far, right?
Yeah.
We got 4 cast members. We got Henry Cavill, we got Russell Crowe, we got Dave Bautista, and we got Marissa Abella as Brenda, who is probably going to be McLeod's love interest. Or possibly Russell Crowe's, it depends on when in time this is going to take place.
For sure.
Now, the director is Chad, and I'm going to butcher the hell out of this, Stahelski.
Stahelski.
Okay,
Stahelski.
so
Where do
this
we know him
man
from?
right here is known...
I've heard of the name.
So he's known for John Wick 4,
Yep.
Matrix Resurrection, John Wick, Matrix Revolution. So we know direction-wise, the action sequences are going to be amazing.
There's a reason for that, is because he was a stunt director, and then he got his chance to direct the movie, which is John Wick.
Okay, once again,
That's a good tidbit.
these are films that I have seen, that I approve of, and that I enjoyed the
For
fight
sure.
sequences in.
Yeah.
All right, as an action movie fan and a fight movie fan, I'm not mad about the director for this. Okay?
It's coming together, David.
So the writers, we've got Ryan J. Condal, Michael Finch, and Kerry Williamson.
Michael Finch I've heard of.
Now, Ryan J. Condal is known for House of Dragon, 18 episodes of the TV series, which I don't care for, but I liked the original Game of Thrones up until like the last 3 episodes. House of Dragons, not my jam so much, but there's a lot of good things, a lot of people that love it. Colony, he did 36 episodes as a producer and the showrunner. He wrote the movie Rampage, and wrote Hercules, the flick from
2014. The Rock one?
Yeah.
Oh, let's knock on him.
I like the Rock Hercules film.
I mean, it's definitely better than the Schwarzenegger Hercules film.
You take that
Hercules in New York.
I need someone dubbed talking over Stallone right now.
The meme.
Someone talking over Stallone, huh?
The meme.
And I mean, what else has he wrote here? So The Sixth Gun, Plurality. So not super big on the films that he's written.
A lot of indie films.
Yeah, indie films. Rampage, was a fun film, but I mean, it's based off of a video game that's literally just big creatures tearing up buildings faster than everybody else. Michael Finch did Predators in 2010, did The November Man, did American Assassin.
Ooh, okay.
Did Hitman Agent 47. He was the writer on those. So we're looking at some decent writing on that aspect of it. So I guess it really depends. He also wrote John Wick Chapter 4, Blood Brother, Interrogation Count. Okay, so this right here, I'm going to tell you right now, if anybody from the studios is at all watching it, based off of Finch's thing, yeah, I'm gonna need him to be carrying the bulk of this script.
Yeah.
For sure.
Especially as far as mythos is concerned.
Yeah.
Accuracy.
Carrie Williamson, she did one episode of Resident Evil. She did What Happened to Monday. She did Alex Cross, which the screenplay for that.
That Resident Evil Netflix series was holy.
So yeah, let's just hope that they're the ones doing like spell check and whiteout, and that Michael Finch is the one that's actually writing this. I'm more excited about this with what I've seen.
Now, Michael Finch, he had a hand in the screenplay for the film Predators. Tommy, I know you don't like Robert Rodriguez as a director, but Predators was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Predators was
a
lot of fun.
Didn't you watch some Predators?
I've seen Predators. I don't like Robert.
You just don't like Rodriguez.
You can only know if someone's good or bad by judging their body of work.
Yeah.
This is not uninformed.
Okay.
But go ahead, Danny.
Predators was a phenomenal film. Unfortunately, it's with Adrian Brody, Danny Trejo, a whole bunch of other people were sprinkled in there. Now, unfortunately, that movie did not get a sequel. The only sequel that we have is a comic book, which is just more of the first movie, because Adrian Brody still gets stranded on that island. But Michael Finch, if he has a hand in writing this Highlander film, he's going to be the one paying attention to the lore and its accuracy. And because of that, he's going to be the one doing the most correlation or back and forth, hopefully a good back and forth with Henry Cavill.
I was going to say, I can tell you right now, lore-wise, Henry Cavill, he's got a habit of leaving if the shit's not lore accurate.
And I'm sure
he's a fan.
Yes, I'm sure Henry Cavill is a fan of Highlander.
So yeah, no, I'm with Cavill, with Finch, and with Chad as the director of it. The only concern I have for this becoming a massive piece of garbage is the studio.
He's trying to hold himself back a little bit.
What studio it is depends on those assholes that sit in the ivory tower and make a phone call that don't know what the hell the people want, what the fans want, and they think they know, and they have no idea, and that's what happened to a lot of our beloved things. So, yeah, I'm sold. I'm all in. Let's make this movie right and get it out here because we need some shit like this.
I think the people that work at the studios would say the same thing. Studio intervention has ruined many a movie.
Yeah.
Make sure you turn that that microphone off for whatever you're doing, Danny.
I'm looking for something. Don't worry about
Unless you're coming right back. All right, good. I don't want you to get caught up in any bullshit back there. All right. So, this is just a two-man podcast now.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So I'll sum up for Danny then. He's on board. His favorite stunt director is going to do whatever. You're on board. You believe in the writers. You don't trust Russell Crowe to be Ramirez, but you can be convinced.
I gotta see it. I gotta, like I said, I can't visualize it in my head based off of what I've seen him in recently. But I think Crowe's a talented enough actor to do it.
For sure.
Despite the memery about him.
Hopefully they get a good stuntman to do all the sword fighting for him. and where I'm at, man, I'm on board. I want to, just like you, I want to see it. I don't want any of that other stuff from Highlander to make its way into this movie. Do the first one, and then after that, if you have to come up with your own thing, that's all right.
Yeah.
But I think that we've said everything that we can say about Highlander.
I liked that there can be only one thing, man. It put skin in the game.
No
like
pun intended.
there has to be a reason. McLeod was just like, I'm cool just chilling being an immortal, and then the Kurgan's like, yeah, no, fuck that, I want ultimate power. And the way it ended was ultimate power was you get to die, you get to be old. Like, the fuck is that shit? Like, McLeod was just chilling, dude. I mean, you know.
That's where I'm at, man. Whoever is the last one standing after chopping all the heads off,
Yeah.
let him be the one. Don't let him grow old and die. Let him be the one. But we got to get off that. And we got to talk about something that we're also really, really passionate about. Okay, so around COVID time.
Oh,
Season 2.
This is David's favorite part. Please continue.
Season 2 of The Mandalorian rolls out. And in between Season 2 and Season 3, some backstage shenanigans kick off.
Yeah.
And Disney says, Gina Carano, you're fired.
Yeah.
Fast forward, it's 2025. It's a random day of the week, and we see the headline. Gina Carano settles with Disney. And Disney has to essentially eat crow and say that Gina Carano was a beloved figure on set and beloved by everyone who she worked with.
Kathleen Kennedy, you're going to have to take that L.
Danny, one of these days we're going to have to put you in a room with Kathleen Kennedy. So
she would eat him. I'm gonna tell you right now. I bet Kathleen Kennedy will fuck you up, dude. There is no way she could take this much hate and not absorb it and become more powerful.
She's gonna hop on you like a spider monkey.
All right, so
yeah, what do you
Gina
guys think?
Carano settles with Disney based off of a wrongful termination lawsuit. Now, keeping politics out of it. All right, the facts are as stands. It was a lawsuit that the lawyers were funded by Elon Musk, which I can tell you right now is the only reason that lawyers that could take on Disney were even afforded, is because Elon Musk footed the bill. You take the politics out of it, she was fired for a stance that she took on Twitter, now called X, I believe. It was a post that she had done on social media.
People still call it Twitter. Please continue.
Based off of how she viewed a certain political hot situation. Now, because she wasn't in agreement with other folks that believe the inverse, that was why Disney fired her. Because what she posted and what Pedro Pascal, the actual Mandalorian, posted at the time were very, very similar political statements. One was for one side, one was for the other. And based off of who got fired, you can tell who the studio's agreeing with somebody else, okay? She shouldn't have been fired for that, whether you agree with it or not. Everybody that's met her, everybody that's talked to her and friends with her, fans and everything like that, she is a wildly charismatic and considerate, loving human being. And she got a massive shit end of the stick. And yeah, I'm sorry, her character was probably one of the most entertaining and enjoyable characters in Mandalorian. Because, like I said, I had to force myself through the first season. The second season I only watched because I was looking forward to the bit of with Luke Skywalker recruiting Grogu. All right, that was it. Like, I was looking forward to that because that was going to hit home for me as a fan of the original trilogy. I want Gina Carano's character to come back because it was her character and the way she was definitely something that was believable for the especially for like the femme fatale badass woman aspect that Hollywood's been trying to push. Like, she's believable because we know this woman literally fought with her bare hands.
Yeah, she's an MMA fighter and a Muay Thai fighter.
You know, like she was before Rousey. You know, by way of, you know, a female octagon fighter.
She came out around the time in Elite XC where it was unheard of for women to fight, number one. She wasn't the first, but she was one of the people who popularized and pioneered it commercially.
Exactly.
Number two, she didn't need to fight.
No.
She didn't need to fight.
No.
But she had already tried to establish herself as an actress outside of fighting.
Yeah.
She was looking to commercialize herself professionally.
Yeah, and she's done a great job. I mean, she was Angel in the first Deadpool movie. You know, she did Terror on the Prairie after Disney fired her. You know, she deserves this win from Disney, regardless of how she got it. I'm hoping that what it's going to mean is that she's in the Mandalorian movie, and I think that a Star Wars based, you know, if Disney decides to go ahead and actually do the correct thing that they should do and bring her character back and reintroduce it into the Mandalorian universe, I think that she could definitely showrun an entire spin-off and it be something worth watching, and it be decent, and it be, you know, something the fans would enjoy. So, hats off to Gina. Congratulations. Well deserved. Way too fucking late. And keep it. It's a W. Absolutely.
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy, you're gonna have to take that L.
So David, those are your thoughts?
Yeah.
Danny, how do you feel about Gina Carano getting reinstated?
So when it comes to Gina Carano getting this win, I'm very happy that she did. I hate the fact that it took a boatload of money and a boatload of lawyers in order for her to speak her truth.
Yeah.
That's sometimes how that happens in Planet Hollyweird.
Yeah.
But when it comes to her character was going to be recast by Lucy Lawless. Never happened. And when
Lucy Lawless is too old, anyways.
Well,
she's too old to do the shit in there. No offense to Lucy Lawless. I love
You call me.
I love
right?
Xena Warrior Princess. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sorry.
That's what I was looking for. That's why I got this quarter. Please. All right. Thank you. But when it comes to Gina Carano getting getting this win and getting the settlement that she deserved, it was a long time coming because she's working at Angel Studios now, or is she not working with Angel Studios anymore?
I don't think she's specifically tied to a studio. I know Terror on the Prairie was a Daily Wire Studios thing. I don't know if Angel did it or not. I haven't looked into it.
I think Angel and Daily Wire, when it came to their productions, they were kind of overlapping, or very much overlapping.
Yeah.
But in any case, I think this is really good for Hollywood. This is really good for actors and actresses who are in that same position.
Yeah.
She was also on the Sean Ryan show talking about how she dreaded fan expos, and now she's in love with fan expos because she actually gets to see that people appreciate her body of work.
Yeah.
Not just her body of work, but the body of work of actors and actresses who were threatened with cancellation, just like she was.
Yeah.
And the freedom that actors and actresses don't have when it comes to being themselves online.
Yeah.
Look at Kevin Sorbo. Hercules.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Sorbo was somebody who more technical difficulties.
Your mic died again, Tommy?
Oh boy.
If that light went out, that battery's dead. We gotta get some more.
Well, when it comes to Kevin Sorbo, he's devout Christian, and when he wanted to post stuff about Christianity, he very much outwardly spoke about how outwardly not okay they were with him voicing how proud he was about his Christianity. So when it comes to freedom of speech for actors and actresses, it kind of sucks, man. It kind of sucks being it kind of sucks being that person that people look up to, and people consistently having to tell you that what you're saying is not right when you're just voicing your opinion.
Yeah.
Which everybody else gets to do online. These keyboard warriors aside, it's very difficult for someone in that position of not authority but of influence to even be themselves even a little bit.
I think that you have to be careful as an actor or actress because they're not doing a job where they're a construction worker, they clock in 9 to 5 and then they go home.
Yeah.
They're not working here. They're not behind the scenes anywhere. They are the face for businesses that are worth billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while I hear you, I love Hercules: The Legendary Journeys. Yeah. Kevin Sorbo was all right by me, except for all the crazy shit.
I was gonna say, Kevin. Look,
except
there is only one Hercules, and it is Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah.
But even with the crazy shit, there is Hercules: The Legendary Journeys, and then there's Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah.
So it becomes the question of when you go to work for somebody, they have a brand image.
Yeah.
Gina Carano she had a pattern of posting that was contrary to what Disney portrayed themselves to be at the time.
Yeah.
Because this is still the company funded by Walt Disney. Go look him up. They didn't disagree with Gina Carano. They disagreed with how she was positioning herself outside of what they wanted themselves to be.
That's Disney. Please continue.
So with that being said, man, I'm happy that Gina Carano as a human being, because I'm not for the big guy.
Yeah.
I'm for the people. I'm glad that she got a win against the mouse. But in and of itself, even in that, she's not unique.
Yeah.
They did the same thing with James Gunn. He got himself fired. And nobody's hearing this fucking goodness because my mic's not working. Okay, if you can hear me, they did the same thing to James Gunn.
Yep.
They fired him for tweets. Who else did they get? For accusations, they got rid of Jonathan Majors and they got rid of Johnny Depp, which I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I can't tell you the details of those cases.
Yeah.
But the instant those accusations were dropped, they got out of there.
Yeah.
So maybe it's Disney's policy of firing people for these things that's a little bit too trigger happy. But if you know you're going to work for a company and they have, this is the thing that we want you to do, and you stop doing it, what the fuck?
We're having technical difficulties with the mic, ladies and gentlemen.
God damn.
Which is very confusing because we switched out these batteries.
Yeah. Well,
we're going to come back.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. He can't be identified.
Watch what you say because we're live again, and that's picking up audio.
Okay. So that's picking you up. Hey, Danny, when you get over here, sit down. Make sure it'll pick you up on this side.
For sure. So as you guys can see, we had to switch audio because batteries.
Because batteries. We need cobalt mines.
But hey, that's okay. We're DIY. We're doing it ourselves. Sometimes when it comes to this, without Disney money, sometimes you see a couple technical difficulties.
That's why I have extra mics just sitting in my Jeep.
Right.
It's a good thing you had that thing with you today.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
basically, what I'm trying to get at is that while Gina Carano she shouldn't have been terminated.
No.
You have to keep in mind as an actor yourself that there's a certain code of conduct that they're going to ask you for. There's certain things they don't want you to do. Show up drunk in front of people, and regardless of what aisle you're on, what side you jump on, there is the job that they hire you to do, and then there's what you want to do.
Yeah.
When you jump outside of that, sometimes you get fired.
I mean, I'm inclined to agree with that. You know, you still have a image and you are a representation of that company and everything like that. And yeah, you're allowed to disagree with your employer. Don't get me wrong. Once again, same posts as other people on the same show that had the opposite view. Could all of it be worded absolutely differently? Absolutely. Not disagreeing. Doesn't matter what side you're on. But I would say that it's one of those things that needs to be put out of no. Nobody's allowed to do it. I don't care whether you agree, left, right, center. It's in your contract. You cannot express this opinion, period. And it shouldn't be touched. Because at that point in time, you're alienating half the people, regardless.
Oh, no, for sure. I'm with you. Because I think that's the stopgap to all of this.
Yeah.
While you work for us, don't tweet out any bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Stick to posting about Mandalorian and stick to your life, your family. Post about that.
Yeah.
Post about non-controversial shit. Because every time you post about something controversial, you rub people the wrong way, and they want to start a hashtag. Fire Gina Carano.
You rub the wrong people the wrong way.
It doesn't matter.
It's everybody.
Because here's the thing is, you're only wrong if you disagree with me.
Exactly.
Like, you're wrong if you disagree with me. All right.
That's
Now, who
that's the
what's
issue.
your window for controversial? Because here's the thing: is depending on where you stand and how you stand on certain things, having Sunday after church dinner and posting that
No, man, because
that's controversial to some
no one's
people.
gonna stop watching The Mandalorian because you go to church. That's not a real thing.
I mean, you
Not
never know.
not the Mandalorian, no, but you could have enough people upset of once again Kevin Sorbo.
Yep.
He's canceled because of his Christian values.
I would love to see where someone said, Kevin Sorbo, because you're a Christian, you're fired. Did he say
They'll
something
never
outlandish?
say
He
that
said it.
because that's
He
termination
said
for
it
religion.
himself. I don't.
Kevin Sorbo said
yes,
that?
yes, he said it himself.
Did he get some corroboration? Because maybe he's not a good guy to work with. Could it be other things that
I'm not
he's
saying
in
it's
his mind not thinking?
so.
Well,
Here's the thing: is they will not fire you for not being a good guy to work with back then. They will find some shit to fire you over that is probably you were a pain in the ass on set.
Mhm.
But here's the thing: is like
Netflix.
if you've been a pain in the ass on set the entire time, and then all of a sudden now you have this belief or you shared this specific opinion, that's why we're going to fire you because we put up with you because you agree with us. There's that and there's a term for it, and it's something window. There's another word.
Are you Overton window?
Yeah, the Overton window right there. Everything has an Overton window for what you consider controversial.
Mhm.
All right. If you are a diehard Christian and somebody is a Wiccan, that's in your Overton window of being controversial and not okay with it. And vice versa. You're a diehard Wiccan or any other religion.
Or Christian Wiccan.
Someone's a Christian or a Catholic. That's part of your Overton window. Same thing with left, right, center, your political beliefs. It does not matter. What it is the general consensus of Overton window. We've lost that, especially in pop culture because of cancel culture. And it started years ago. It started long before COVID. But I think COVID, with everybody being at home and locked up and chronically online and just sitting there running around and scrolling through their own little echo chambers, it made it a lot worse.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that with Gina Carano's lawsuit and that ambulance comedy movie that we're getting and some of the other stuff around the products being written and created and pushed to us that are appealing, like the Highlander flick, like the Weapons movie that you showed us a trailer for. I'm hoping that this is the start of the right people being put back into the right spots and allowed to actually create their art because they do it not only for a paycheck and for the clout having their names on the titles, but they do it for us. And for too long, too many people have been able to steer that for what they want rather than what the masses want. You've done everything you can to appease the minority that don't actually pay and go see the stuff, which is why it's lost money, instead of the majority and the masses, which are the ones that will come and see.
Mm-hmm.
If you build it, they will come.
Yes, sir.
I think you have to be careful though, because there can be a bunch of people that agree with the mainstream opinion and still put out bullshit.
Well, look at
No, I
Henry,
mean, yeah,
look at Henry
that's fair.
Cavill. Henry Cavill with Netflix. Everybody on the Netflix Witcher series is like, oh, he's just difficult to work with. Well, no, he wanted it to be as accurate to the books as possible.
Yeah.
So they labeled him difficult to work with.
Yeah.
Cavill, you got to be careful with because
That's
at this point,
exactly.
that's not the first time that he's been thrown off the set for not going. Not I don't even want to say going along. This isn't the first time that he's gone off of a set because I don't agree with everybody else that's working on this thing.
Well, there was
How many times can you do that before you're the problem?
Well, there was something else that he also said when it comes to fans being toxic fandom, and they want something a specific way. It's not exactly toxicity; it's passion.
Yeah.
That's good too. Again, and he's right. Toxicity is not passion, but there's a bunch of people that are passionate and they're also toxic.
That's absolutely
That's
true.
true.
But I mean, Jenna Ortega had the same type of thing with Netflix.
Oh, for sure.
Because
Wednesday?
with Wednesday, because they were wanting to write her. There was, I know one thing I read. She had said something about how, she was going to be. They wanted like a kissing scene or something like that, and then for Wednesday to be kind of flush and high school girly about it.
Wednesday
And
would do that.
That's
she
not
pushed back
Wednesday.
on it and says that's not Wednesday
That's
at
not
all, and
Wednesday.
it didn't happen. At least in the way that they wanted, as far as I know. And the kiss scene that they did was actually very well done and more in line with Wednesday.
I was about to say.
So here's the thing: is there are other people that we're seeing, the writers at certain studios, like Netflix, for
Yes.
example, because when we're talking about are pushing things that are not the character
Yes.
and it causing issues and flack with the person that wants to stay accurate to the character. So for Cavill, considering the fact that he does know the lore of Witcher, of Warhammer, of Warcraft. I mean, hell, he missed the Superman call from Snyder because he was playing Warcraft.
Warhammer.
No, he was playing World of
Playing
Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
He was playing World of Warcraft. He said in an interview.
He's also
He missed the fucking phone call saying that he was casted as Superman because he was playing World of Warcraft.
Stand corrected, but he's a Warhammer 40K fan as well.
He's a nerd.
Yeah.
And we all know nerds are toxic. We absolutely have our toxic capabilities, but he's also a classically trained actor.
It's the literature behind.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Henry Cavill can come on here and say, "I'm not doing this no more because they're fucking up." And guess what? I will not support what they're fucking up.
Yeah, exactly.
I will buy that from him.
That's
for
all
sure.
right. I'm just coming from the other side of.
I'm hoping.
I like Henry Cavill too.
I'm
but
hoping
the
this
issue
is
really
the start.
No, I'll let you finish, man. Then I'll say my thing.
I'm hoping that this Gina Carano lawsuit is a large step and a jump start to pop culture itself healing, the ability to be able to do controversial comedies. We wouldn't get a Me, Myself, and Irene now.
No,
there's no fucking way. There is no way we would get a film like that. Love it or hate it, we wouldn't get it right now.
I've been thinking about that movie for the past week and a half, 2 weeks, and you just brought it up. It was a glitch in the Matrix. Holy shit, you're right.
These are types of films that we would not get anymore. Now, to your point earlier, they wouldn't make any money outside of like the fans of the cast, or if it's something that is just a bullshit Saturday night thing, because there are no DVD and Blu-ray sales anymore.
There was a guy in the shop today who actually said that they're bringing back physical media just by a little bit with the Blu-ray DVDs.
Yeah, well, never mind. I won't say his name. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They should bring back physical media.
Once again,
yeah, keep talking, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping this is a heavy push into the side of pop culture healing for entertainment purposes.
And I think that this is where we both can agree. I want all the people that don't have a creative bone in their body. I want all the people that in the way of good media to step to the side. Let the people that know how to make stories and are passionate about making their stories get together and put out some products that we can all enjoy.
Here.
Outside of that, move.
Yeah.
And now with that, man, because that was getting a little hot, let's jump on to the hot seat.
Oh boy.
All right, so here's the rules for this thing. I just made them up earlier this year.
It's a new game. I am the only one who knows the rules.
All right, so here's a D20.
Okay.
Danny, here's yours.
Thank you. That's what I was looking
David,
for in the back.
Why do I have?
I don't know where you found them, but
there's a bowl back there that's.
Folks, I apologize.
To steal something from somebody else.
Do you have an actual D20 or do you have a roll down? Is the question. Okay, because they've got Magic the Gathering roll down life counters in there.
Rollies. Highest number gets to go first.
Why are we playing rollies?
Because
he's the DM now.
No,
and he's a DM on his own.
I'd never do that. So whoever gets the higher number gets to go first.
I feel personally insulted. You'd never do that. 10.
10. What'd you get, Danny?
6.
All right. So how this thing's gonna work? These are timed.
Okay.
So, David, you're gonna get a minute. Then Dan, no, you're gonna get. Yeah, you're gonna get a minute. Then David, forgive me. You're gonna get the minute first.
Well, first off, of what?
All right, so he's not gonna interrupt you. You got a minute.
Okay.
The topic is Goku versus Superman. Explain who you think's gonna be the victor. A minute, nobody says anything. Then Danny's gonna go, and then after that, all out war. Are you ready?
Well, my phone is the camera. I don't have shit with my notes for this conversation on it, so I'm already at disadvantage.
He is too.
Well, okay. I do have a prop here, so please continue and just go ahead for sure.
All right, so you want to do so this is an argument or a take, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hot seat, hot take, go.
All right. So just like everything else, you have to base it off of actual, what the character is going to be. All right. Now, I'm going to go with Superman, not just against Goku, but against all other Saiyans, regardless of who they are, where they come from. The entire purpose of a Saiyan, their entire storyline, the basis for their character is to come up onto a level that they cannot surpass, to focus, to train, to learn, and then achieve that goal. The stopgap, the wall in their journey, in their evolution of their story, is the thing that pushes them forward. Whereas Superman, under a red sun or a yellow sun, is a character that is
10
virtually
seconds.
limitless on his power level. So there is no actual wall for him to stop against. And that's kind of it. So Superman.
Okay. Danny, are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. Go.
Now, when it comes to Goku versus Superman, Goku is the only character who would conceivably be able to go up against Superman because he is the main character. But when you talk about Dragon Ball and DC characters, everybody who's a Dragon Ball fan is going to end up putting their favorite Dragon Ball character against
This is
Superman.
why I said all
That
Saiyans.
doesn't mean, well, not everybody's favorite character, and you said no interruptions. Not everybody's favorite character in Dragon Ball is a Saiyan. You have Namex, you have androids, you have magic users, you have a whole bunch of other people in Dragon Ball. Regardless of that, you can't do Goku versus Superman. Now, when it comes to another Saiyan who could actually go up against Superman, I'd have to pick Broly. Now, Broly has no upper limit because the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. Now, I have a prop here. Damage. Damage
You got 10 seconds.
is a character who went up against Superman and made Superman call Batman and Deadman for help, and he can't fly.
Well, this is going to be a bullshit argument because if Broly can't beat Goku, he can't beat anybody. But I'm out. You two go.
Okay. Once again, the conversation was based off of Goku versus Superman, cough, cough, Broly, hack, cough. Okay. So here's the thing, not the magic users, not the other goofy sons of bitches in Dragon Ball. Saiyans. Kryptonians, Saiyans. Can we agree on this conversation? The basis of this conversation. Pick any Saiyan in the Dragon Ball Z universe. Broly, Ballsack, whoever the fuck. I don't care. Saiyans. Agree?
Yes.
Okay. Kryptonians, Superman specifically. And if you want to really go ahead with dick swinging, we'll do Superman Prime, which we know you can't touch. You can't touch at all.
But that's
once
like
again,
that's like the
it's a
kid saying
Kryptonian.
in the park, "I have whatever power to have any power that I want."
Okay, so we'll take Broly, the biggest, baddest, cocked, hungry fucking Saiyan in the
Goku
universe.
couldn't beat Broly.
In the universe
No, he
that gets more and more angry and more and
That's
more
not
powerful by
Super's canon.
whatever the hell. And then the Superman that spent what 50 years or something in the heart of the sun absorbing the rays to become Superman Prime. We can do all that if you want to go that route. The question is regular stock cut Saiyan, regular stock cut Kryptonian. Which one's more powerful on Earth in a yellow sun?
This is the thing. Earth as a battlefield, you can't have as the actual battlefield because then you give every character an advantage. Because Saiyans have an advantage with the sun as well because it just projects energy.
So what you're telling me is it's an equal playing field.
Hold on a second. It's not exactly the same level that Kryptonians get from a yellow sun, but they still get energy from the sun nonetheless. They can still have energy regardless of there being a sun or not.
Okay, how their body processes it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yellow sun is the setting. Unless you want to do a red sun, or would you like to do a blue sun?
It could be a red sun, blue sun, no sun. It doesn't really
Okay,
matter.
nighttime. Here's the thing. Set the field. You want to have this discussion, set the field. I'm saying...
I'm not the one that came up with this argument.
That's true. Tommy, set the field. What are the rules of this battle?
I don't argue my dad beat up your dad.
No, but you got to set the rules to it, Dad.
Now, here's the thing about...
Okay, I got you. So, let's not do any bullshit.
Yeah.
They're on Earth. They meet up. They want to fucking fight. What the reason is, it doesn't matter. They're both in character.
Okay. So, Earth, yellow sun. There's the settings. How they absorb and process that and what they get or give off of it does not matter. Kryptonian, Saiyan. Make your case.
I would still have to go with Saiyan. Why? Because at the end of the day, their design is to just break that upper limit without finding that upper limit, exactly like Broly.
Okay.
Broly hasn't found that limit yet.
Okay.
Now, if you have somebody like Superman who doesn't have a limit, someone like Broly is just going to go up to that level kind of like Protege. Protege was a Guardians of the Galaxy character who basically didn't have an upper limit to what he could do with his powers. He just needed to see somebody and he could just inherently copy their powers. Broly, when Broly was fighting Goku and Vegeta, he was literally just copying what they were doing because where he came from, there were just big monsters. There weren't other people to fight his size.
Mm-hmm.
He would just take the monsters and beat them the fuck up and then eat them. Basically like, no, not Darkseid, Doomsday. Basically like Doomsday, just with skin and hair. What happened to Doomsday when he fought Superman? They basically beat each other up until both of them died.
Okay.
So that would be my and again, we could look in this book right here.
We're not discussing
Yes.
writers. We're not discussing how it was written. Okay, we're
Writer's
discussing
block.
the initial. No, this is plot armor. That's all that was for damage. Plot armor. Superman needed to struggle. Period.
Struggle enough to call Batman for help, though.
I mean,
Especially
if I'm gonna call anybody for help, it's damn sure gonna be Batman if I've got him on my speed dial. Okay,
well,
let's be real.
Especially if you're gonna have a hand-to-hand combat with some, and that upper limit was timed.
Okay.
Because damage has timed upper limit. When it comes to something
just
like Broly,
because Broly's upper limit has not been given in the show or in the lore that you're talking about does not mean it doesn't exist. Is Broly a Saiyan? Is he of the Saiyan people? Okay.
But he is unique.
I give a shit if he's unique. Is he a Saiyan?
Yes, he's a Saiyan.
Okay. Now, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken, a Saiyan does have limits that they come across, and then they practice, they train, they figure out whatever it is, they have a eureka moment, they go to the salon, they dye their hair, and now they have more power to achieve that limit. Just because Broly's limit has not yet been revealed does not make it non-existent. Agree or disagree? Agree or disagree?
Disagree because
as a Saiyan.
As a Saiyan, disagree because his uniqueness, he didn't have to change his hair in order to get strong. He was just strong while everybody was changing their hair while they were fighting.
You're talking about nature versus nurture. I'm talking about nature. Okay? What is inherently in the Saiyan DNA?
But
they come across a limit.
You also forgot the fact that they have to cut.
I ain't forget shit. I'm just going off of what I've seen because I don't know it.
They have to get so close to death. It's almost like a phoenix, a Rise of the Phoenix.
How it happens is
they have to get so close to death that they have to realize that power. It just wakes up within them.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now. I promise you, the planet that Broly was on, unless they showed you from the moment Broly crawled out of his mama all the way up to when he encountered, who was it? Goku was the first one he fought? Vegeta. Until he encountered that, you don't know how many limits he's hit. They may have just not told you that he's already at super ultra smack your mama level. I don't know. You don't know either because they haven't shown it.
They explained it. He was born that way.
Okay.
He was born. He was just
the
born
one. We're
raw.
talking Neo here.
Yes.
Okay.
He was just born raw. He was born to just be that battery that never went out.
But is he still a Saiyan?
Going. Of course he's still a Saiyan.
If he's still a Saiyan, then by the actual, what a Saiyan actually is versus a Kryptonian, a Saiyan needs to do stuff to develop to a limit and then overachieve that limit through training or whatever the hell it is, a near-death experience,
which he
going off into the mountain,
and he didn't have
going
proper
off
training
onto
either.
a planet and sitting there next to Luke Skywalker all by yourself with a bunch of character assassination.
He didn't have any of that.
Whatever it, I'm not talking about him specifically. I'm talking about a Saiyan. A Saiyan. There is a difference. What you're doing is you are putting it onto a person. Take it off of the person. I'm not putting it on Superman. I'm putting it on a Kryptonian. Any average Kryptonian under the yellow sun on Earth and an average Saiyan on Earth under a yellow sun, which one is more powerful? That is the discussion. Unless you want to set it to Superman versus Goku, in which case Broly can sit on these nuts. Because we're not talking about Broly. We're talking about Goku. So
I never talked about. Well, here's the thing. I would never pick Goku up against somebody like Superman.
Once again,
if Goku can't win, nobody wins.
What's the basis of the argument? The basis of the argument, I'm boiling it down to the actual DNA of the character. A Saiyan versus a Kryptonian. A Kryptonian wins. The prompt says Goku versus Superman.
Which I didn't approve of, but please
Goku
continue.
versus Superman. Superman still wins.
I agree with that sentence.
Broly versus any other versus Superman. Once again, you want to say that Broly is a special, certain type of inbred fucking Saiyan? We can go with the different levels of Superman. All right,
That
I will
see because you already agree with him. That's over.
I will concede that regular Superman, as we have him now, Broly would lose or Broly would win. All right, if Superman doesn't know what the hell he's fighting against. Here's Superman Prime, Superman that knows what Broly is. It's gonna be a rush of who can knock out who first. Period. In the story.
Well, that's the thing is that Broly
And
would
we're
just
gonna move
look
on.
at Superman
We're
and
gonna
would go,
move on.
"All right, I
Finish it
can
up,
do the
Danny.
same thing that you can do, but I can do it better." And then would just violently ravage him the way Damage did when he
At
fought.
that point, it's gonna be who runs out of battery power first.
Okay, so Goku versus Superman. Superman. I'm sure somebody out there thinks differently. They're gonna tell us
When
later
it
down
comes
the
to
line.
Goku versus Superman, I have to go with Superman because I'm not the one who picked Goku to go up against Superman.
Okay.
I picked somebody like Broly.
So,
Please continue.
notes for next time. If you want to do some shit like this fucking Rollies argument debate shit, you need to have set solid rules. This is who, this is who, this is the setting, and you're not allowed to go off of
Because
those. Come on, ref.
now, oh boy.
This is some fucking bullshit activity.
Now I'm gonna
Main character can't beat the motherfucker on the other side. What? Now we got to move on, man, because we're gonna stay here for 2 minutes.
This sounds like a Wednesday
This
type
is
of special.
this is another
We got
segment,
to-
man.
We're gonna
All
have to do that special.
Wednesday Adams.
Something like that.
That's quality, but we got to go. All right, so welcome to the next segment.
No, you fucking great.
All right, so on my travels, putting together topics for this thing, just wasting hour upon hour coming up with topics so
You're
that
not
people
wasting.
can,
Well, please continue.
so that the people can see us on a Saturday or Sunday and give them enjoyment. I come across these guys are making up comic book character Mount Rushmores, and I said, I know 3 guys that could do that better than they can.
Probably.
So, Danny, you're gonna go last because that really made me mad.
I want to go first.
Well, I understand, but David,
all right,
we're gonna break this down.
All right,
you specifically, don't give me the corporate bullshit one where, oh well, objectively, I think as I look at these guys, I don't want to hear that.
Okay.
First time around, tell me, who's your 4? What's your comic book character Mount Rushmore?
It has to be comic book characters, not pop culture figures.
Specifically comic book characters.
Specifically comic book characters.
Oh well, we can do shit. We got time. It's our show. You want to do 3?
I mean,
You said 4, and then you brought it down to 3.
So
on the prompt it says 2. So
all right. So here's what I would say. Let's do our comic book one. But I would like, since 4, I would like. I would say it'd be cool to see what your comic book Mount Rushmore would be off of who you would put on it across all of pop culture, not specifically comic books. So movie characters and other things like that. I think that might be a fun one.
Let's go with that then.
No, we do. Let's go with the comic book. You said you've seen them doing comic book ones. Let's see what we got with that.
Okay. So comic book characters only. Your Mount Rushmore.
Definitely Batman. I mean, I'm gonna have to go with my favorite ones, man. I'm gonna have to go with Batman, Daredevil, Punisher, and Spawn.
Okay.
Like those are my guys. I'd have to go with those. Those are the characters I enjoy reading the most. Yeah. That's my Mount Rushmore for sure for comics.
Okay. Danny, I'm gonna extend you an olive branch. You can go next.
This is tough. Because once again, I'm a pop culture hoe. There's not much I don't like.
Comic books, specifically.
Oh. I'm definitely going to have to put Spider-Man up there, Peter Parker. My goodness. Why did you do this to us, Tommy?
Because this is quality entertainment for the people.
Same reason he had us argue about this fucking Goku versus Superman shit again.
Yeah, they care.
I didn't pick Goku, but thank you guys for joining us. This is a personal bias. I'm gonna have to go.
This is a personal list.
I'm gonna have to go with Wolverine.
Okay.
For sure. James Howlett, Logan, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
Patch. Oh my goodness. Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles, for sure.
Okay.
Because they were heavily inspired by Daredevil. Oh my goodness. I got one more.
List.
I got one more.
You got one more you got to figure out, dude.
Last one.
And I'm genuinely surprised that you haven't named him.
I'm going to go with Batman as well.
Not Nightwing.
not even though you call me Night. If there wasn't a Batman, there wouldn't be a Nightwing.
That's fair.
And for that matter, if there wasn't a Superman, there wouldn't be a Nightwing because Dick Grayson and Superman. Dick Grayson loved Superman to the point to where he extended that olive branch, telling him that there actually was a Kryptonian superhero named
Flamebird.
and Nightwing. You guys suck, man.
I was just sitting here like, what?
There's a
Flamebird? Flamebird? Really?
There was a Kryptonian.
I know the deep lore too.
I'm aware of it. That's why I'm just sitting here like, why are you asking me this
There was
shit?
a Kryptonian superhero on Krypton named Nightwing.
That's not where Nightwing's name came from, though.
Well, that's why Dick Grayson decided to name himself Nightwing to honor both Batman and Superman because he loved Superman, but he was raised and trained and taught by the greatest detective on planet Earth.
Which they're really kind of, they really need to get back into the detective stories. Yeah, man.
So,
all right, so yeah, so you would say Batman then? I was gonna say I would have put that on there with Nightwing. If
it was Peter Parker, Wolverine, Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles, and Batman for sure. So 2 Marvel, 1 Indie, 1 DC. Everybody gets love.
And that leaves me. Squirrel Girl, Elektra.
Slap the shit out
one
of you.
character from
Squirrel Girl.
Deadpool and Wolverine, and then X-23.
X-23, I believe. I believe you would put X-23 up there.
I like X-23.
But look, here,
not in the Mount Rushmore.
Look, this is your Mount Rushmore, not your dream call list. Okay, what'd you get?
So, mine's gonna be simple, man. I'm throwing Spider-Man, Superman, Batman. What's the fourth? So the fourth one's interchangeable.
Which Spider-Man?
So,
which Spider-Man?
There's only one, man.
No. Miles Morales is a Spider-Man.
Miguel O'Hara, 2099.
They count. They do count. Spider-Man is in their title. They count. But it's Peter Parker.
Okay.
So Peter Parker, Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne, and then after that, see, that fourth one is tough.
Yeah, the fourth one's a hard one.
I could go for Wolverine. I could see that.
All right.
Yeah, for levity.
That's what's up.
I'll do Wolverine.
That's what's up.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So those are our personals.
I was gonna pick Luke Skywalker, but he was a movie character before he was a comic book character. But the Marvel Comics republished those stories from the movies on comic book form, and then before they came out with, believe it or not, before they came out with Empire Strikes Back, they actually released a book that tied the in-between from A New Hope to The Empire Strikes Back. So that's how they made Luke Skywalker.
Pop culture. So I'm going to pose the question then. Your pop culture Mount Rushmore. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter. Movies, comics, books, CDs, whatever the hell. Like, you can even put music artists on there, but do not, if either of you put Taylor Swift on your list, I will kick you.
Oh, goodness.
So,
I knew you were in trouble when you walked in.
Fuck, I'm going to hit you with this chair.
He said it. He said it smoother than she could sing it.
Who, and I'm going to hit you with this first, Tommy. Who is your overall pop culture 4-person Mount Rushmore?
You really hit me with a much harder question.
Absolutely. And that's payback for that hot seat debate bullshit.
I didn't know that one person just wasn't going to argue.
So we had, well, he gave us editing rights on this document here. So when I was like Superman versus Goku, man, what is this death battle? Those people just do the research into the point to where the person who they want to win gets the most research.
We know how death battle works.
Right. So and no offense to death battle, but still, we know how you guys work.
Yeah, no offense.
Pop culture Mount Rushmore. I don't give a shit. I'm done. Moving on.
Okay, so movies and everything. Shit.
And you don't have to pick like one from each thing. Just if movies have been your jam, if video games have been your jam, whatever.
This is some tough shit, man.
Absolutely. You want to pose hard questions? Let's fucking pose hard questions.
We'll throw it back to you.
So on top, Darth Vader's up there.
Okay.
Pop culture.
Not fair, is it?
Sucks when you're the one in the seat, doesn't it?
It's not fair. There's just so many options, so many characters that you've loved over the years. So for sure, Darth Vader's up there. Everything else is multiple choice. Oh shit! I would still put Batman up there.
Okay.
There's not a figure that's still not more recognizable than that.
Mm-hmm.
Think amongst yourselves, because you're next.
Oh, I already got mine. And it's gonna piss you both off.
I feel like you only have yours to piss us off.
No. Just to make me happy.
There's gonna be 4 Dylons. The fifth one is invisible.
The fifth one is invisible.
Come back to me.
He's got all 4
They don't wanna
Powerpuff Girls, including that one that was in purple.
Go ahead, David.
Yeah, they didn't want to hear this dead
Since
air.
you
Come back
won
to
the
me.
roll D for the first verses,
All
go,
right.
go ahead, go ahead.
So yeah, I would have to give it to Batman for sure. I've got the T-800. I got Terminator.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep. RoboCop.
Oh, that's not
Oh man, there you
RoboCop.
go.
Yep. Original one, not the new one. Original RoboCop.
Peter Weller's the only RoboCop. Please
Absolutely.
continue.
And then the fourth one's gonna be. I want it to. I would say it would have to be less a character and more like somebody that was influential with pop culture. Um, and that's the hardest one because truthfully, it's definitely a toss up, and it actually makes me want to take Batman off of the list. Uh, but I would say that it's definitely a toss up between Neil Adams and Todd McFarlane.
Okay.
So if I was to remove Batman, it would be to put both of those up there because with what Neil Adams created and the way he operated in the creator sphere and what he did for comics and the art form itself of printed media, as well as one saving Batman, like giving us our modern day version of Batman and Joker, and then McFarlane for everything else he's done in pop culture, business wise, with the toys, with the his own form of art. I mean, I'm sorry, the only Spider-Mans that I'll ever look at or read is the ones that McFarlane did the artwork on. Same with Hulk. You know, so I would say it's probably, I would say Neil Adams. I would go Neil Adams if I keep Batman on the list.
Okay.
But yeah, Batman, Terminator, RoboCop, and Neil Adams.
Okay. Give me yours, Danny.
Mario, Link from Legend of Zelda, Sonic from Sonic the Hedgehog, and Mega Man.
Now you made me mad.
Why would you piss me off with video game ones, asshat?
I grew up in the 90s.
The entire childhood right there, man.
I grew up in the 90s. We all grew up in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to those characters didn't just get popularized commercially in the 90s. Those characters, whether if they're in a movie, whether if they're in a video game, whether if they're a toy, a manga, it doesn't matter.
They're known.
You will know who those characters are forever, no matter what, for the rest of time. When it comes to Ocarina of Time, that was my first experience with Link and the Legend of Zelda. That doesn't mean that that was the first Link or Legend of Zelda, because at first he was a little pixelated dude.
That was when I played. He was on Game Boy.
Um, thanks to the artist Yusuke Nakano, we knew who Link was always going to embody as a character because of the Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to Sonic the Hedgehog, again, another character who came from overseas, came from the East. What's cooler than talking marsupial who can run fast with red sneakers on, who just will endlessly talk crap to you because you can't catch him?
I'm trying to find the part that's supposed to piss us off.
And
I'm offended.
Mario's a plumber.
Tweets that he did so we can cancel.
Mario's an Italian plumber who can do literally anything that he wants as long as he eats the right mushroom.
Yeah, let's be honest. Mario's overrated.
And I don't really.
Luigi was the motherfucker.
Luigi was. And I don't like mushrooms. You don't put pineapple on a pizza, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry.
There's nothing wrong. Once again, it's your Mount Rushmore.
And when it comes to Mega Man, and again,
Mega Man's just awesome.
And
I'm not gonna
when
argue
it comes,
with that
well, I love Mega Man X, but if it wasn't for Mega Man as a character, we wouldn't have Mega Man X. We wouldn't have Battle Network Mega Man. We wouldn't have all of these other renditions. Rockman, I should have said Rockman, but Rockman, Mega Man, however you want to name them. Again, because Mega Man X is based off of the variable X, which can literally be anything.
Yeah, I agree. Very good Mount Rushmore. You've got, what, 2 or 3 more? You did Darth Vader, and that was where you stuck?
I said Vader. I said Batman. Did I say Batman?
Yeah, you said
okay. Vader, Batman. I'm going to say Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. And this is mine. I got to say Rocky.
Rocky.
There you go.
Yeah. I almost put Rambo on mine. I almost put Rambo, but yeah.
There you go.
I really like Terminator though, man. T2 is one of the best action flicks of all time.
T2 will never be topped ever.
I'm inclined to agree with those sentiments.
Wait, and I'm sure you people at home, you've got a Mount Rushmore. I want to know that one too.
Yeah.
Tell me something, please.
Absolutely. Put it in the comments. What's your Mount Rushmore? And matter of fact, comment twice. Give us your comic book Mount Rushmore, and then give us your pop culture one. 2 separate comments. I want to see that for sure.
But hey, man, that's 3 mountains carved.
6.
Yeah.
6 mountains carved.
2, 4, 6. Yeah.
6 mountains carved.
I'm proud of my Mount Rushmore.
And we didn't put our own faces on a single one. They should be proud.
I'm not a pop culture icon yet.
Right.
Gotta give it time.
All right. Well,
we'll piss enough people off. Like Kathleen Kennedy.
You know, Danny, one of these.
I hope Kathleen Kennedy comments on one of the videos just to appease you, to give you that attention. I truly do. I really do.
Well, I think that we made.
Remember, Star Wars doesn't have source material, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it does. Sure doesn't. It's got 9 scripts that George Lucas wrote.
There's a movie.
Yeah, and 3 of them they locked away. 3 of them they locked away.
We know. So there are still 3 unmade Star Wars movies. Just saying. All right, see.
Is it time for some more interruptions?
We're out of here.
Okay. So, as I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted, it's almost time to get out of here. But before we do you guys have anything you want to talk to the people about? Any last words you want to say?
You really want to open that can of worms up.
Shout out to Fat Electrician. Shout out to Sean Ryan, the Sean Ryan Show. He actually just did his last episode with a MACV SOG operator who was an operator in the Green Beret in the Vietnam War. He did his last studio in his actual studio. You know, shout out to Doc Solo from Kapow and Generation Geek. You know,
okay.
Those are my shout outs.
What about you, David?
I can't refer to my phone, but the message I sent you guys about the passing we had.
Terrence Stamp.
Yeah, so Terrence Stamp, known as Zod from the Christopher Reeve Supermans, as well as John Tunstall in Young Guns, the original Young Guns with Emilio Estevez.
He passed too?
He's the one. Well, it's the same actor. That's
Stamp.
the actor. Terrence Stamp.
Goodness.
Yeah. So not Emilio Estevez. Young Guns with Emilio Estevez. Yeah. So he passed away with us. I mean, he's got a massive body of work, but those are the things I know him from. So may he rest in peace, and our hearts go out to his family. Thank you for everything that you did for us.
Absolutely.
Hell of an on-screen presence, I think. So that's where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah, man. So my first interaction with Terrence Stamp's work would have been he's in both Superman 78 and he's in number 2 as well.
Yeah, and Smallville. He voiced Jor-El, which is funny as hell to me.
That's what I was about to get to.
Yeah.
So, who thought that you'd come back to the same franchise twice and be as impactful twice as 2 different Kryptonians?
Yeah.
The 2 Kryptonians that have beef with each other at that.
Yeah.
So he finds a second life in the Superman mythos, and there's 10 years where Smallville is the premier Superman. Brandon Routh, I like you too, but we know who it was in the 2000s. So Terrence Stamp, thank you. I know you did a lot of voiceover work too. I know that you were in a lot of movies like Young Guns. I'm sure there's a couple that Danny who didn't look at the IMDb, which is okay. I didn't either. This is off the top of my head. I'm sure you were in a bunch of stuff that we would have loved. But with that, I think it's time to get out of here. So for my boy Danny and my boy David, I will see you guys another time.